from Sarasota, Florida. I sew quilts and I do some clothes. I found out about Mood having a mystery box just not too long ago, like a couple months ago. And I was very excited, and honestly, I just wanted to see what I would get because I do sew some clothes and I have a couple patterns that I want to work on, and some of them are for myself and my daughter. She is 25, actually soon she's going to be 26. So this was something I really wanted to. Some of the patterns that I picked up were some basics, like shirts, skirts. I'm going to be really ecstatic if I get any suiting material or anything that can assist me in making these patterns, because when I'm not sewing, I'm a realtor and my daughter has a job where she's professional. So anything that makes us look more professional in our fabric and our clothing is amazing. So this is supposed to be 10 pounds of fabric and nothing underneath a yard of fabric, so up to 3 yards of fabric. And I'm already seeing some really interesting things. I'll show you like right off the top. There's bright red, and I don't actually know what this is, but it's really sheer and thin. So I found it really fascinating when I was watching these videos, so I thought that I would do it myself for you guys. So again, like I said, very sheer, very thin. Definitely 2 yards. I actually have a table over here set up. So this is exactly 2 yards. I just measured it. This would make a great lining, actually, for a dress. And I'm always up for linings because I really like linings. We live in Florida. It's a very hot and humid state. And we live in, like, by the coastline, Sarasota, Florida. I'm always getting something that has a nice lining that kind of wick away the moisture, or if there's going to be any, and keep me nice and cool. This is going to make a great sweater dress. I don't even know what this is, but I am excited about it. I don't know if you can see, that's like a woolly, and yes, you can either make a sweater out of this. Okay, sorry, I had a phone call. I'm a realtor, and it's always happening. So this is 2 yards of like a little bit of a wool fabric. So really thick for us here in Florida. However, you know, a sweater dress or even making a sweater is always possible because we do have some cool months. So I'll be saving this for making something in the fall, which for us, that's like October. And then November, December, we have beautiful weather, and this is perfect for that. And some black boots. Yes, I can definitely see that combination now. This is interesting. And it feels interesting. It feels like something very silky. It's got a nice drape to it, but it says all over it, I want to go to the market with you. I want to borrow all your books. Do you see that? I want to wake up next to you. And there's a lot of this. I'm going to guess 3 yards. 3 yards of this. And hang on 1 second. 1, 2.5 yards of this fabric. And like I said, this is like very drapey, like extremely. The salvage, of course, doesn't say what it is. You can see the flow on it. I'll have to think about that, what to make that with, because I wouldn't necessarily wear anything like this. I mean, if I did, I would make it a dress and have fun with it and wear some funky peach shoes, because if you see the peach in there, and laugh at myself while wearing this downtown. And if you're a friend of mine, you know that I would totally do that. Or it feels good enough to be a lining as well. So I can put this inside like my suit jackets. And again, just kind of know that these little messages are in there. So that's fun. I'm not mad at it. This, I can already tell you, I love it. This is me. However, it might be enough. Let me see. So this is very soft, very cotton. This is something I would make a dress out of and put a lining in it. Love the colors. Very Florida, very flowy, very beach, which again, like I said, and when it brightens, as soon as you open it up, so yeah, it just would need a lining, which the red lining is not appropriate for this, but either a cream nude color lining would really make this work, or that top that I had that pattern to, you know what, this would make a really good top. So this is 3 yards. This would make a dress and a top. This could make both, honestly. But it is a little sheer. So as a dress, you definitely need a lining, and as a shirt, so I have this shirt and that style. So that and immediate needs 2 yards. So this would just make that shirt. Honestly, I think that's what I'm gonna do with it, is make this shirt. And probably for myself. Sorry, Mariana. Definitely my style. This is thicker. Interesting. So this is a stretch cotton. I actually get this a lot for when I need, and yeah, it has on it 97% cotton and 3% elastin, digital print, made in Spain, for mood fabrics. It's got little jackets on it. So I definitely like it. I have a feeling my friends would think that I've gone a lot artistic with my clothing designs if I wore this. But it's the material that I like for dresses and my suit dresses. So here's a pattern for a dress that this style here, it would go good with that. It's just so interesting. See the jackets on it? I don't know if that would make a good dress. I don't know what else to do with it. I obviously wear a lot of dresses because everything I've pulled out of pictured for a dress. Okay. All right, so this is great. So this is like a jersey knit, and there is a lot of it. And I was hoping for this to make it into a dress, even one that's more of like a bodycon dress, a little bit tighter. It looks opaque enough to not have a lining. It is, it definitely is. And we have 3 yards of this, I can already tell. So this is gonna be perfect. And then I can pair this with a jacket. So your typical jersey knit. This is great, and it's all basic white. Okay, so I've opened everything and we've gone through the breakdown of all of the fabrics that I received, and I just wanted to do a quick recap of everything that I've purchased in my mystery box, so to say, or everything I received in my mystery box. And I've already picked out patterns for each and every single one of them, just made a plan really quickly on the spot. And I'm one of those people that I'm not very ADD so much, but I am a little hyper. I will admit that. But everything I do, I start from finish it. You know, it's just something I've always done, and I'm very proud of that because I don't have a lot of unidentified or unfinished projects. UFOs, as we call them in the sewing world, unfinished projects. So everything I start, I always finish, and I'm grateful for that ability because I know how frustrating it can be if you don't. Anyway, so with that being said, these fabrics, this was that really unique one, stretch cotton blend, which I've worked with in the past, and I've actually made a dress out of the stretch cotton blend. I'm gonna do another dress with this and for my daughter. I think it's really funky, really cute. I'm gonna stop this. It's like trying to find my head everywhere. I don't know how to get that to boink. Okay, so this fabric's really funky in the fact that it has little jacket drawings on it. So she's young, she works in an industry where she is in the office, so she does need to wear more of that business, business casual attire, but she also works in the music industry where it's funky and fun, and she can get away with wearing something funky and fun. So that is going to be for her, this pattern for that fabric. This fabric, which I have a lot of it, I'm probably gonna order a suiting material that I've been really looking at on Mood Fabrics, and I'm gonna use this as a lining because it's very flimsy, it's cool, and it's gonna work that way. And it's got such personality. You know, I want to go to the movies with you, I want to go to the park with you, I want to wake up next to you, I want to borrow all of your books, I want to stay at home with you in a heart-shaped pizza. This is just cute. So if I'm wearing it inside a jacket, which this is my jacket pattern, I've not made it yet, and honestly, I would prefer to use fabrics that are kind of, I don't know, not as expensive, or play fabrics. We'll just call it play fabric. Something that I'm not cutting into really, really expensive fabrics to practice on something like this, because this is an advanced pattern. And even though I've been sewing a long time, even I get intimidated by advanced patterns. So that's gonna be a lining, and I'll probably get something, under $20 a yard to make that jacket with. And this, wool fabric is going to be the perfect sweater. And if I didn't mention it before, I'm gonna make this probably in October and gift it to my daughter. I think she would really appreciate this. And it's cute if she wore black jeggings or leggings or even leather leggings and this, and put boots over top, or she wore, I mean, you can technically make this as a sweater dress and then do boots, but I think I'm gonna go with the sweater. I will discuss that with her because I know that she'll like this, and then I give it to her for Christmas. So that's the plan with that, and it's, you know, can always change into a dress if she prefers. This I'm going to make for myself. So I had 2 yards of this, which this shirt right here, and what is this? A see and sew pattern. These are pretty easy, and I'll make myself a shirt and that. So very happy with that. These are all of my colors. I wear pink a lot. In fact, somebody mentioned it the other day. We were out on like a double date with a couple that is really, really sweet. And they said, you wore pink a lot. I said, yes, I like all shades of pink. That is my color for sure. So this fabric is gonna go with this shirt. Yay, we have just enough, love it. This I don't have a pattern for, but this is that white jersey. And I know that I can get a pattern very easily. I envision making 2 bodycon style maxi dresses, either in a V-neck or collared neck, so high neck. Probably a V-neck, because I know me and my daughter were both a little curvy and we prefer to have a little bit of freedom around our neck. It makes us look thinner. Just a clothing hack, but yeah, white jersey knit, nice and opaque, nice and, you know, durable too. It doesn't seem like it's cheap quality, which I love because I can always feel that in clothing stores when I go shopping. I'm like, this is so thin and so cheap, and you just hate that. And last, it's not the last fabric, but this fabric, I'm gonna again go back to not this pattern, this pattern. So this jean fabric, which I have 2.5 yards of, on a 60-inch wide thing, so 2.5 yards by 60 inches. I'm gonna make this bolero. And actually, because this bolero only needs 1.5 yards, I can make 2 of these. I know that I can stretch it. I know exactly how to do it. There's no directionals on this. It is just a really interesting jean fabric with all these like little nicks in it, which gives it a lot of personality. And Mariana, my daughter, and I can both wear a bolero jacket over the jersey knit dress, or any dress. You can wear this over a black dress. You can wear it over any color. That's what's beautiful about jeans, is it coordinates well with a lot of things. So to make it as a bolero jacket, and I like bolero jackets because, again, we live in Florida, and it just feels a little cooler. And this fabric, she doesn't have a true purpose yet with a pattern. However, she is the perfect liner for something, whether it be a dress. Honestly, like putting them together, like you could see that you could make this as a liner if this turns out to be sheer, which it is pretty sheer. Like, but once it hits skin, it's not sheer. So I don't think it needs a liner. However, if it were to need one, it could use that. But right now, it's just gonna be a lady in waiting, a lady in red, waiting for a purpose and pattern. But yeah, 10 pounds of fabric from Mood Fabrics in their mystery box. And every single one of them I have found a purpose for and a pattern for, and I will use it all up. This is gonna be a great sewing summer. Honestly, I just got my niece a sewing machine. She's 11. So some of these summer days where she's off school, I can teach her and show her how to work patterns, because I quilt a lot and that's a lot of straight lines, and I got her to do a little makeup bag and she loved it, and it was just simple and fun. And if you sew clothes, you know clothes are just a whole different ball game. So maybe it'll be fun to teach her that over the summer. And if she doesn't want to do clothes, then I will bust these out in my midnight hour when I am not working on real estate, because that's what I do full time. So there's that. I hope you guys have a great day and we're going into summer, so it's almost May. I can't believe it. This year's going by so fast. And if you are wanting to get a Mood fabric box, I hope that you do, and I hope that you create something in your brain where you can play and create and sew as you wish. There's my baby over there. I sew at least 2 to 3 times a week after I'm done with work, and it is such an outlet for me. So I hope that you guys have a great week and have a great day.